Welcome to the farm.
Welcome to the farm. I'm Justin. In the last video on our Grapple build, we went out and gave this our first test. And I gotta say, overall, it worked really well. If you haven't seen that video, I'll put a link to that in the description. You can go check that out. But when we were out using it, we had one major problem. Our lower cylinder support down here is not strong enough. So as I was clamping down and something bigger was underneath the teeth, the cylinder would keep pushing, but the arm stopped and it just twisted the whole angle assembly that I built here. So in today's video, we need to see if we can't start figuring out how to make that a little bit stronger. So I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but this whole assembly got bent pretty good. This whole front flat piece got bent out quite a bit, and then the bottom side here got curled out, and it got bent pretty good. I mean, that used to be a straight piece of metal, and you can see how much that little square is rocking on there. So I think the first thing we're going to do, flip the cylinders out of the way, cut this old bracket out, and make sure that the two arms don't have any other damage to them. Well, I got the first cut made through the steel. It took me about 15 minutes to make that cut with the Sawzall. I was cutting through the weld, trying to keep it as close as I could to the actual arm itself, that way to minimize my grinding. However, on the next one, I think I might cut outside the weld, see if I can get it to cut a little bit faster, and I'll just have a little bit more grinding to do. All right, so I got the first lower cylinder support cut out of this arm. Looks like the arm pretty much went completely right back to where it was originally, so I think the rest of the arm is still okay. And just to kind of show you guys, here's the part I cut out, and you can see how much that bent just in that little bit of use. So, yeah, not good. Bad design on my part, but that's all part of learning. I'm not a fabricator by trade or anything like that. I'm learning as I go. So I think the next step is going to be to grind this stuff smooth and start coming up with a solution to this. However, I got some family stuff going on today. I was hoping to get this whole arm prepped and ready to start putting stuff together and strengthening it up, but I kind of ran out of time. So we're going to come back a different day, get this stuff ground down, and start coming up with a solution. So I will see you then. Well, it's a week later. I'm ready to get back on this project again. And I did take a little bit of time and cut the other angle out of this other arm. So now we're at the point where we should take these arms off, get all this leftover metal and weld ground off, and get back to smooth metal so we can start adding more support. Well, we got our first one ground down here. Turned out pretty good, pretty smooth. Pretty happy with it. So we're gonna go ahead, knock out the other three, and I'll catch up with you when I'm done. All right, so we got our steel all cleaned up, looking good. We got it temporarily pinned back to the bucket. So now we can start figuring out how we're going to make a support down here a lot stronger than the other one was. And my thought was, what if we just did a pin all the way across? So we'll take some sleeve material, we'll lay it out, sticking out just as far as these things are. We'll cut out of the center for where the cylinder is going to go, and then we'll have one solid 1-inch steel pin going through the whole thing. Hopefully this will not bend like the 1/4-inch plate steel did. And then to support the sleeves, we're going to come out with some gussets, probably one down and one back on the arm. Strengthen these up to keep them from wanting to go to bend and whatever, and they're also going to be drilled through the steel sticking out and welded in. So hopefully that's going to be a lot stronger. And then I think since we're in here making modifications and adding stuff, I think we're going to add gussets on this plate down here, maybe add another plate across the center here with gussets, and I'm definitely going to add something across the top here with gussets, because right now this has quite a bit of play. So I definitely want to strengthen that up. So the plan for the rest of the video is to go ahead, start cutting all our steel, figuring out our measurements, and get that all accomplished. All right, so I got about 20 gussets cut. I was hoping to get a few more cut yet, but my piece of steel won't fit in the clamps on this bandsaw anymore. So I think what I'm going to try to do is cut out a few lines, see if I can't use my portaband and get at least 2 more cut out of here. Well, I think we got a lot accomplished in this video. This has been 3 days worth of stuff. Granted, the other days were not very long days, but I do what I can when I have time. But we got the old supports for the bottom part of the cylinder cut off, all that stuff ground down back to bare metal, and we got a ton of parts cut out. We got 2 pins, 4 sleeve pieces, 4 more cross braces, and 22 gussets. I don't think I have enough gussets to do what I want to do. I'm probably going to have to get some more 3-inch material to cut some more, but this is what I had on hand, so this is what I made. In the next video, hopefully we'll start drilling some holes, getting the pins drilled out for bolts, getting the arms drilled out to receive the sleeves, and start putting some parts on the arms again. Hopefully you guys found this interesting. I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.